Never let anyone shame you for striving to be a better wife or girlfriend. Your relationship is not a cactus. It needs some tender loving care. Welcome back, gorgeous ladies, to the realm of femininity. I am positively thrilled to have you here with me. Healthy marriages and relationships, oh, they're absolutely dynamite. The sparks, the laughter, the unwavering support, and of course, the passion. It's a tantalizing cocktail of love, but just like maintaining that enviable physique, relationships need their upkeep too. The fairy tales conveniently forget to mention that happily ever after takes some serious elbow grease. Alright, listen up, loves. The best relationships are the ones where both partners are fully committed, showing up day in and day out, putting in the work, no shortcuts. Now, relationships, tricky business. Everybody's got their 2 cents, their horror stories, and their own unique situations. So, to save us all some time, I'll throw up my disclaimers on the screen outlining who this advice is perfect for. Because, darlings, my advice is potent, but it ain't no magic potion. So let's keep it real, shall we? Now, let's talk dating versus marriage. I believe in reserving the bulk of your emotional and physical investment for the one who's put a ring on it. That guy who's declared to the entire world that he's yours forever. Well, he deserves the royal treatment, don't you think? Of course. Everyone's entitled to their own take on it, but hear me out, ladies. Some end up heartbroken when they realize they've been pouring their soul into a man who was just biding his time. So, let's adjust our mindset accordingly. Now, with that little disclaimer out of the way, let's dive into 6 tantalizing ways to keep the flames of your marriage burning bright and your man absolutely smitten. Let's talk about igniting that spark of mystery, ladies. Now, the first and most crucial step to keeping your man hooked and utterly satisfied is making him feel like you're his ride or die, his partner in crime, his ultimate confidant. Because, honey, let's face it, life ain't no fairy tale. We will stumble, we all fumble. But if your man knows deep down in his bones that you're in his corner cheering him on through thick and thin, well, you'll be getting the VIP treatment, no doubt about it. So, buckle up because we're diving into the nitty-gritty here. Without this foundation, darling, the rest of these mighty tips, as mighty as they may be, they might as well be tossed out the window. Now, let's talk about the 2 groups of actions that determine whether your man feels like you're truly on his team or not. First up, the not so sexy stuff. That's a definite turnoff. Let's talk about those things. Being argumentative, constantly shooting down his ideas, getting all loud and disrespectful, or embarrassing him in front of others. But here's the kicker. It's not just about the kind of stuff that can send your man running for the hills. No. It's the little things too. Like inadvertently throwing shade his way. I mean, come on, have a little awareness, will ya? And then there's the blabbing about his private business like it's the latest gossip. Trust me, that's a one-way ticket to the doghouse. But hey, to each their own. All right, now we can also flip the script and talk about the things that you might be slacking on. Missed opportunities to boost his ego, to make him feel like the king of the castle, right? So picture this. Your friends are gushing over how helpful your man is around the house, and what do? Roll your eyes and shrug it off like it's no big deal. That's not how we play the game. You gotta be his number 1 cheerleader, girls. Even for the little things. I'm not saying you gotta worship the ground he walks on, for goodness sakes, but a little appreciation can go a long, long way. Trust me on that. So there you have it. The do's and don'ts of being your man's ride or die. Stick to these and you'll have him wrapped around your pretty little finger in no time. All right, ladies, let's dive into the juiciest tip of them all. Knowing your man inside and out. Now, we're talking about 2 layers of understanding here. Knowing men in general and getting to the nitty-gritty of your man, I should say, specifically, okay? This is where the real magic happens. Knowing the ins and outs of men in general, that's like studying the playbook, learning the game from a distance. You can soak up all the knowledge from books and articles, even watching how men interact with each other and even with us. But now let's get personal. We're talking about delving into the depths of your man's soul, uncovering his quirks, his dreams, his fears, okay? It's like a delicious little puzzle, piecing together what makes him tick, what sets his heart on fire. You've got to know his individual personality traits. Is he the jealous type? Or does he strut around like he owns the place? Oh, and let's not forget those little habits, those preferences that make him uniquely him. Maybe he's a morning person, or maybe he needs a little TLC after a tough day. Now, for all you single ladies out there, pay attention. These little details, yeah, they do matter. Because let's face it, compatibility is everything. Imagine being with a guy who barely acknowledges your existence in a room full of people. Yeah, that's not exactly the fairy tale, is it? And once you're hitched, his problems become your problems and vice versa. It's all about being a team, a united front. And when it comes to getting your man to do what you want, well, it's all about knowing his sweet spots, his weak spots, and timing it just right. Maybe he's more receptive after a workout, or maybe he's a hangry mess until he's had his fill. And let's not forget about the language of love. You gotta speak his language. Show him love in a way that he actually understands and receives, in a way that sets his heart ablaze. So dive deep, ladies. Get to know every inch of your man's soul and watch that spark turn into a blazing inferno of passion. Oh, and don't forget to also check out Dr. Gary Chapman's Love Languages book for all the steamy details. Believe me, you're missing out if you haven't already. Okay? All right, ladies, let's turn up the heat with our next tip. Becoming an unforgettable experience. Now that we've handled the basics, it's time to get a little spicy. Let's talk about being an experience, not just an interaction. Picture this. You walk into the room and he can't take his damn eyes off of you. Yeah, that's the power of visual appeal, babe. Men are wired to respond to beauty, and your man is no exception. So when you're looking like a total snack, trust me, he's putty in your hands. And let's be real, darling, your man wants to make you happy. He wants to be the one to give you the world on a silver platter. And when you're looking smoking hot, well, let's just say he's moving way more towards that even more eager to play along. So make it a point to look your best at all times, whether you're out on the town or just chilling at home, picking up groceries, going to the local library, whatever it may be. And no, you don't need no fishnet stockings and stilettos to make a statement. A few cute outfits and a touch of a little bit of lip gloss are all you need to keep him on his toes. And by the way, when it comes to that lip gloss, make it tasty, make it kissable, okay? There's some wonderful flavors and things that you probably already know what he likes. Is he into the flavor of strawberries and pineapples, for example, or is he into vanilla? Find one. Amazon's a great resource. All right. So, it's not just about looks, though. It's about engaging all of his senses. We have multiple senses, and the same thing happens to us girls. Come on now. So think about how you smell, how you sound, the tone of your voice, the way that you speak to him in a very loving and seductive way, how you touch him. Make every moment with you absolutely unforgettable. Take those ordinary shopping trips and turn them into steamy adventures. Pick out perfumes together, whispering naughty suggestions in his ear as you sample each one. And hey, why not make a detour to a lingerie store? I know, right? Sounds crazy for some of us, but browse those racks together, imagining all the fun you'll have later. It's all about creating memories, igniting his imagination, and keeping that spark alive. And remember, you don't have to pull out all the stops every time. A little surprise here and there, a sexy adventure there, here, whatever. That's all it takes to keep him hooked. So go ahead and be the experience that he'll never forget. All right, now let's take it up a notch with our next tip. Blow his mind. Now, I know we're in public, so let's keep it classy. Last time we talked about spicing up the everyday and tantalizing his senses, right? But now it's time to get inside his head, to play a little bit of a mental game and leave him craving more. You see, marriage can come with its own downsides, right? It can become routine, almost predictable. It's the same thing every day. He might think he knows everything about you, what you'll say, what you'll cook, and what you'll wear. But baby girl, when you throw him a curveball, when you introduce something unexpected, it's like fireworks going off in his mind. Not to mention somewhere else, all right? It keeps him guessing, keeps him on his toes, and oh, the excitement it builds. So, how do you blow his mind? Well, start with the eye contact. Lock eyes with him. Let him see the fire in yours. Then, mix things up in the bedroom. Try something new. Surprise him with a fantasy he's never dared to even dream about before. And don't forget the power of anticipation. Tease him, tantalize him, make him wait for it. It's all about keeping him on the edge of his seat, hungry for more. So go ahead, ladies, blow his mind and leave him begging for more. All right, let's dive into a tip that's often overlooked but packs a punch. Mentioned it before, but eye contact. Seriously, take a moment to Google the power of eye contact on our bodies, our hormones, and even our minds. You'll thank me later. Trust me. Now, when's the last time you really looked at your husband? I mean, really held his gaze for a good 5 to 10 seconds. That doesn't seem like a lot, but I promise you, it's a long time. Okay? Or maybe you checked him out from head to toe when he was dressed to the nines, looking sharp as ever. Or, oh, let's not forget when he's getting undressed, slipping out of his clothes before hopping into the shower, sliding into bed. Now that is a sight worth savoring. And here's a little secret. It doesn't have to be long, drawn-out affair to make an impact. In fact, sometimes less is more. Just a quick glance, a lingering stare. Let his imagination do the rest. Oh, and speaking of changing things up, ever thought about dressing a little differently at home? You know, switching out of your usual attire for something unexpected, whether it's going for a more innocent, girl next door vibe, or dialing up that sex appeal. Variety is the spice of life. And don't forget about those compliments. Sure, the sweet thank you responses are nice, but why not throw in a little playful sass every now and then? Keep him on his toes, make him work for those smiles, and let's talk food. All right, so if your dinner routine's feeling a bit stale, why not mix it up with a new recipe or even a different cuisine? Okay, surprise his taste buds, keep him guessing. Oh, and there's a fun one, okay? Touch. Men love it. I can't tell you enough. They almost crave it and they need it. Why not give him a little extra attention? A subtle stroke here, a gentle caress there. It'll drive him wild, trust me. And if you really want to ramp things up, try the countdown. You know, those days leading up to a special night together. Shower him with a little bit extra affection or tease him with anticipation. It's all about building that tension, that desire. And let's not forget the pullback kiss. When he least expects it, pull him in for a little extra smooch. It's the perfect way to spice up those mundane, everyday moments. And lastly, don't be afraid to take charge every now and then. Surprise him, seduce him, make him yours all over again. After all, marriage should be anything but predictable, right? So go ahead, ladies, blow his mind and leave him begging for more. All right, now let's simmer things down a bit and dive into the next tip. Harnessing the power of peace and the potency of your words. Oh, darling, let me tell you, there's magic in what we say, especially when it comes to captivating our men. So, as a wife, your words carry even more weight, more sway. You see, life isn't always a breeze for men either. They carry their own burdens, their own battles, and while women have their tribes, their sanctuaries, men often tread their paths alone. So when you shower him with compliments, with affirmations, with words of admiration, you're offering him a refuge, a sanctuary in your love. Your words become his fortress, his shield against doubt and insecurity. Oh, but it's not just about building him up. It's also about being real, being honest, being his anchor in the storm. If he falters, if he stumbles, it's okay to nudge him, to guide him back on course. But remember, you're not here to coddle him, to sugarcoat reality. No, you're here to challenge him, to push him to reach greater heights. And when it comes to your desires, your needs, don't be afraid to speak up, to share your heart's desires. Whether it's a change in scenery or a shift in perspective, your words have the power to breathe new life into your relationship. And darling, don't you dare let anyone shame you for striving to be the best partner you can be. Your relationship isn't some fragile succulent. It's a vibrant, thriving garden that requires nurturing, dedicated, and yes, a little bit of elbow grease. So, embrace your role, embrace your journey, and never apologize for wanting to grow, to evolve, and to flourish. After all, love isn't just about finding someone. It's about becoming someone worth finding. So, my dear married ladies, take these pearls of wisdom, let them inspire you, let them ignite the flames of passion within your marriage. And as always, stay true to yourself, stay enchanted, and above all, stay in love. Until we meet again, my lovelies, keep the fires burning bright. I'm here for you. Please like, share with your clan, share with your crew. Get all excited for what's coming up next, and make sure to subscribe, because guess what? We're going to have some more juicy episodes coming up. I'll see you guys soon. I can't wait to hear from you guys again. Please leave a comment in the description, or in the comment section. And I will be sure to either reply to you guys or engage with you guys. You can also reach out to me on Instagram. I look forward to it. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye.